Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna go through a couple of the shoots from recently and including the shots from New York and San Francisco. So let's get started. I have previously entered some shots already. So this is the elevator in the New York. It's a hotel called Public in New York, Soho area. For those of you if you want to check out, just check out the Public. So I use E5 for this one, and then I will readjust the tone a little bit, slightly adjust the make it nice align horizontally. And this one you can just change the crop for Instagram. You can crop it more center, and because the leg is kind of like that symmetrical, and then the elevator is nicely framed the center, and you can just so I can just slightly move to the right, make sure that it is in the center. And let's see, it seems like it's too bright, and I will just adjust the exposure, increase the contrast. And this shot you can just use A4 also, because this one I started with E5. You can use A4. A4 is nice, like brown tone in it. And after I adjusted the sharpness, exposure still seems a little bit too bright, so I just subtract a little bit more. And the good thing is that you can change the axis just slightly a little bit if you don't feel like it is perpendicular. Like you can just adjust slightly, but not too much, because if you feel like it is offset. So that's the main thing I use. I only shoot JPEG and then edit on my cell phone, like the iPhone 7 Plus. So I save this one. Save for many of you. I just save. Ask me what size. I just choose actual size and then save it. And because the next one is similar, I'm just gonna do the copy edit and then paste it to here. And let's see the lighting if it's good or not. Okay, so and then I open it. The lighting, it seems too dark, so I adjust the lighting and then slightly adjust the perpendicular, and then make it more center here, and then I can save that one. So that's this shot right there. And the next one, this is was in the field in West Sacramento. So this one I will start with the E5. Sometimes I feel like this one might be HB2 will help also. So I will reduce the exposure a little bit, increase the contrast, reduce the highlight safe, and then sharpen it a little bit, and then slightly adjust the rotation. And this is the crop I use, so this is how I crop it, and then that's it. I save as actual size. And then the next one, so this one was using the grass, like those dry grass, to frame it. And I use this seems too bright for me, so I can use the E6 for a little bit and adjust the exposure so that it's not too bright, and then increase the sharpness, highlight safe a little bit, and then I will just crop it 4:5 for Instagram. So I will save this also. So save as. And this one was with Katerina in the New York City near the Flatiron. So I like the E5 for this one, so I use E5, increase the contrast a little bit, not too much, reduce exposure so that it is more moody style, highlight safe, and then I don't need to rotate for this one, so let me save crop it, just crop more to the center for this one. Okay, and then it feels nice even for me. And next one with Elizabeth. So this one I use HP2 because it has more contrast in this one, so I reduce the exposure. In whenever there's a shadow, I will increase some contrast to get the lines going strongly, so I will increase a little bit more contrast. And then exposure still a little bit, so I reduce a little bit. And then after that, I will just crop the image. So make sure the eye level at the top 1/3 area to be more even. So for the Instagram post, save as actual size. And this one with Nika from the New York, we shot in Brooklyn, Dumbo. And I will just crop this one first. And then I will use the HP2 for this edit. So I do the contrast, reduce the exposure, and then the highlight save and sharpness a little bit. And I feel like still too strong, so I reduce to 4.3. So that's it. That's my edit right there. So this is the Brooklyn Dumbo, if you want to check out the color. So, and this one with Elijo again. So this is in the San Francisco. I will use the E5 for this one because it has nice brown tone. I increase a lot of contrast because the window in the back is nicely like with the contrast, a lot of black window in the back. So I rotate slightly a little bit, and then do a 4x5 save this one. I want to leave more room from the top also, so just like this a little bit like that, and then save as the actual size. And this is another one with Sophie, and I will use E6 because the green is nicely in here. So I start with the green base and then increase the contrast, reduce the exposure but not too much. Make sure when you are reducing the exposure, make sure the it's not too dark for the face. So just subtle equivalent light, because if you reduce it too dark for here, so maybe just slightly, usually -1 for me, and just around that area, just make sure it's not too dark, because too dark is not like good for the summer style or spring style. So that's it for this one. And then let me see what else. I think the last one is also this one, the Moody style. I will use, just show you the copy thing, just copy this edit and then come here and then paste this edit to here, and it seems pretty good. And I can use the HB2 switching between these two also, just based on your feed, what type of tone do you like. And I will increase a little bit more for this one, and then slightly adjust the straightening of the rotation, and I will just make sure that it is close 4x5 in here. And that's it. That's all my edit today, just pretty quick. And for those of you who want to check out my feed, the latest, you can check out my Instagram handle in here. And thank you so much for watching the editing tutorial and supporting my Instagram feed. See you next time. Bye.